Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we've been in this room. We're back in Ohio in the eBay room. That's right, no more small little closet to sell things out of, no more little 100 item store. We are back in our main inventory space and there's a lot more stuff here than I remembered there being. So today what I'm going to do is go through, kind of clean everything out, sort through stuff, get organized so we can relaunch our main eBay store. I mean, just look at how much stuff I have in here. I really forgot how much was in this room. And because I do have so much stuff for this store, I really want to make sure that my workspace and storage area is clean and organized before I even think about relaunching my store, because that is one of the things that will sink your business the fastest, is not having a good organization system or a messy eBay storage space. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is a key component to being successful in this field. You can see here how my inventory is set up. I have these shelves with bins on them, and inside each bin is a bunch of clothing or other stuff, and then each bin is marked here with different letters. And those letters are there to let me know exactly where an item is located within my inventory system. So once I'm done photographing something, I'll put it in bin S, and then I'll go into the eBay custom fields when I'm doing my listing, and I'll put bin S, and that'll let me know exactly where the item is once it sells. But as you can see, not everything is in bins, so I need to get this place organized. I also have a mess to go through down here in this corner, along my desk, and where all the packing supplies are. That all needs to change. I try my best to keep it clean, but I'm not perfect. Here's one last overview shot of what everything looks like beforehand. And now, let's get organizing. Here's our first full bag going to Goodwill. All this stuff was stuff that I just don't need in my inventory. It's either stuff that wasn't selling, or that I didn't want to list, or had holes in it that I didn't notice when I bought it, or stains or something like that. All going back to Goodwill, and there's probably going to be a few other bags of this. 4 bags. 4 bags. That's how much clothing that I just took up to Goodwill for the first round of donations. Now I'm going to start going through all the hard goods and stuff, but 4 bags of donated clothing. Wow, I did not expect having that much going, but hey, it's clearing out space. I'm glad to have it gone. Look at all that ink. Just look at all this toner that I had under that table. I totally forgot I had these. They're all Xerox toners. Probably not worth a ton, maybe 20 bucks a piece or something, but I mean, there's a whole box of it and a few other ones over there. It's dirty under there too. But that's a nice little find. Forgot I had those. Those should sell pretty fast, I think. Okay, I've been at it for about an hour and a half now, and it's starting to look a ton better in here. A lot better. Let me show you. Just look at this. This whole area is already getting cleaned out. I have some inventory boxes that I have to bring in from Charlotte that'll be stacked there in just a little bit, but for now that is looking a lot better. Over here you can see I kind of went through all the boxes and stuff. It's hard to make the bubble wrap look nice and stuff, but went through the closet, organized that a bit, so I have to get to the desk, don't mind that. And over here at the bottom, I started going through some of the stuff down here, and we found a ton of inventory that hasn't been listed yet. It's crazy some of the stuff that can get to the bottom of these piles that you just totally forget that you have, and it just never gets listed. Let me show you my current death pile after going through some of the stuff. Look at this. It takes up my whole photo table right now. This is pretty much everything that I've gone through that I decided that I'm keeping and will end up listing on my store. There's all kinds of stuff here that needs to get listed. Photo cases, trekking poles, video games, NES, some Hokas. Look at this down here. A whole box of systems. There's 4 Genesises, 3 Super Nintendos, a Dreamcast, a Pong, an Atari, all kinds of stuff that I need to get up and listed. And I totally didn't even realize how much stuff I didn't have listed in that death pile until I just started digging through some of it. And there's some really good stuff. I mean, I probably have like $2,000 worth of stuff that needs to be listed right now. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that should sell super quick too, or that I just don't know why it was never listed. But I am definitely not keeping everything. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to donate. I've already taken like 4 bags of clothes out to the car that was either like stained up or had holes in it that I didn't see when I originally bought it, or, you know, they just are lower end pieces of clothing that I don't feel like dealing with because they needed washed and stuff. That kind of stuff I'm redonating, and then there's also a bunch of hard goods that I'm donating. Let me just show you real fast. We just got a bunch of random stuff. Wally, he didn't have a remote and he's missing like a finger. There's some CPAP machine stuff down there, some random bits and bobs in there. Bunch of these little cheap watches that just aren't worth anything. These were like returned electronics, you know, some NES mini controllers and a video camera that didn't end up working. A bunch of textbooks that just aren't worth anything. I probably picked them up in lots of stuff. Just all kinds of random stuff. And just real quick, because I know some people are going to comment this, yes, I could probably have a yard sale or take this stuff up to the flea market and sell it that way, but at the end of the day, it's really not worth it for me to do that, because while I'm having the yard sale, which would be like a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I could be outsourcing for stuff at other yard sales and community sales and making more money that way than what I would for getting this stuff. So yes, I might be losing a little bit of money by just donating this stuff, but in the end, a yard sale or a flea market just isn't worth it for me to take up at the end of the day. All right, there it goes. It needed a couple bins to fit everything. All right, now that that's done, let's finish out the project. I basically have to go through this shelf right here and some of the stuff over here and like that box, and then clean up the top a little bit, and then we'll be done. Got a lot of stuff on this shelf to go through. Like, look at these down here. These are a bunch of old yearbooks. I got 2 boxes full of them, and I just never really was able to sell them off. I listed a couple of them. They never really sold, or they took a long time to sold, so I never really got motivated to list the rest of these, and they've just been sitting here ever since. I know like Cincinnati Picker does really well on yearbooks, and he's able to move them, which is great, but I just haven't been able to. And these are like older ones too, from like 1900 all the way up to like 1960, but the 2 boxes just never moved, so looks like they're going to get donated today. We got back here in the back of these, my Super Magic Diary. That just screams 1990s. Look at that, it's like a little virtual pet thing. That was probably all the rage back in the day. We'll throw that up in the list pile. Keep it there. And we got one more box down here at the bottom. I'm not sure what was in this one. It's been a while since I've looked through these. Looks like an N64 racing wheel. Mario Kart 8 booklet. What is this? Guitar Hero. Bunch of cables, NES stuff. What is this? Yo, look at that. What? Where'd that come from? Yo, look at these. Oh, okay, I totally forgot I had this whole box of like old magazines. These are like old game magazines. Look at that. Nintendo Power. What are these over here? Oh, dude, hold up. Hold up. Look at that. We got a whole stack of game manuals. These are like 64. I think most of these are from 64. It's starting to come back to me. Wow, I totally forgot I had these. There's probably some money in there. I'm going to have to go through all that. That's a keep box for sure. The next row up, I'm pretty sure I know what's on this shelf for the most part. I think this is all like video game accessory stuff for the most part. I don't know if they're listed or not though, so I'm going to have to do some digging into my store and seeing what all of these are listed and what's not. Look at that Pokemon! Do we got anything good? Oh, you hear that? These are all sticking together. We got one hollow right there. Magnanium? Maganium? Pretty cool Pokemon binder. I'm curious, have any of you guys who have been reselling for a while ever actually done a full purge of your inventory? I've never done a full purge in the entirety of the time I've been a reseller. So I have boxes that have been tucked away for years down in like my basement in the backs of the closets and stuff. So I'm curious to hear, have you guys ever done a full purge of your inventory? And what did you find when you were purging that you totally forgot about? Because I've come across some stuff that I completely forgot I had. I mean, just look at all this stuff so far that I found. I mean, we got games, we got Xbox controllers, GameCube games, cameras, walkie-talkies, shoes. Look, some Harley boots. Where the heck did those come from? Bunch of clothing. Most of this clothing I knew I had. Camera cases. There's just all kinds of stuff in there that I had no idea. Look at these Ray-Bans. Like, why aren't Ray-Bans listed? I have no idea. Where the heck did all this come from? But I do know one thing, because I'm purging and taking so much to Goodwill and the donation stores right now, I'm going to have a ton of extra space in here, and I am pretty excited for that because it means I can fill it up with new inventory that I actually want to list and not keep all this stuff sitting around that I just will never get to. And this stuff right now, my table's already filling up. It's going to take me a while to list the stuff that isn't listed yet, so I'm going to have a decent amount of new inventory showing up on the new eBay store. But I'm going to keep going through this stuff. I'm going to keep organizing everything. I will check back in with you guys when I'm done, which will be about an hour for me, a couple seconds for you. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so it's getting a little late now, but I just came across 2 bags of old camera lenses that I had laying around, and I started going through them, and I want to show you guys something. It's a huge, huge thing to look for if you ever come across camera lenses. So here are the bags of the different camera lenses. You can see I already started going through some of them right here that I'm going to keep. But I came across this one, and it is a red flag. You want to look for this if you ever come across camera lenses. I don't know if you can see it too well, but you see this little white dot right here, and then over here you can see some kinds of like designs along that side. That is fungus growing underneath the glass of the camera lens, and you need to look out for that when you're buying stuff because that pretty much makes the lens worthless. You can go open them up and clean them, but it's a lot of work, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can pretty much ruin the entire camera. So essentially, if you see that, don't buy it. You do not want to see fungus or mildew or anything underneath the lens of cameras. And that's just a good general rule. I know a ton of people who have gotten burned in the past buying camera lenses because they think, oh my god, this is going to be such a great score, look at the comps on this thing, only to find out it's basically worthless because there is some fungus growing under there. So make sure you are taking your time and inspecting lenses if you ever come across them. Okay, it's actually the next morning now. It was getting kind of dark, so I decided just to film this part in the morning, but I finally got the room to a point that I'm really happy with. Let me show you around. So you can see over here in the main inventory section, that whole giant thing of a death pile that used to be right here is all cleared out, so I have plenty of room to get to all the bins. All the bins are in pretty decent order. I mean, I know where everything is. The letters don't necessarily correspond to where they should be on the shelves. However, this will do because they still have the letters on them, so it's good enough. Cleaned out the closet. You can see the up top is nice and clear, got all the jackets organized, and I cleared out this whole section. It's kind of hard to make this little spot look good because it's packing supplies, and packing supplies are bulky, but I did get all the randomness out from underneath there, and I organized the shipping station. You can see I got boxes over here, the USPS boxes over here, got everything set up there. There's my memo. If you don't know about that thermal printer, it's awesome. Link will be in the description below if you want to check it out. There's a promo code. Then over here is more of the inventory. Again, went through it, kind of cleaned out all of the stuff that I didn't really have in order anywhere. I also cleared out this shelf right here, made it look real nice, and cleared out a bunch of the empty boxes that were sitting up there. I had like shoe boxes and stuff that I really wasn't using. Down here, still got a junk box that's just small stuff that is listed. Ink is down there, and then I cleaned out this little corner over here, which if you remember had a ton of just random stuff piled up. Got through it all, cleared it out, and then this stuff down here and this stuff up here is my current death pile. So I will still need to go through all this stuff. I'll need to rearrange the photo area once this stuff's off there, but that is my current death pile, and that is what I need to focus on getting listed this week. I'm not really sure if you guys can really see the difference on the camera or not because you're not used to working in this space, but I've been working out of this room for a couple years now and really have never purged any of my inventory since I have started my reselling business. I did a small purge when I moved into this house after I bought it, but since then, I haven't really got rid of anything or gone through anything, so everything's just been kind of piled up and built up. So it's real nice to purge some stuff, get the space that I need, and feel good moving forward as I get ready to reopen my store here in Cincinnati. And you know what that means? Now that we have all this extra space, we need to fill it up with new inventory. So that means a lot more sourcing here to come in the futures. Garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, community sales. It's going to be a great summer to go sourcing. I can't wait to get out there and share it with you all. Also, I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys asking when my store is going to reopen because some of you guys had eyes on items that I had. The stores will be reopening here in probably in the next day or two. If you guys are seeing this video, it might even be open now. It depends on when I get this video edited, but just keep an eye out for the stores to reopen. Otherwise, I can't wait to take you guys along sourcing and fill up the space, get the ball rolling, and get our eBay store restarted. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this or like the sourcing to come, please hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and as always, keep on treasure hunting. Peace.